everyone, it's Carolyn here to share another channeled message from the Light Keepers, a group of angelic beings I channel for your awakening and ascension journey support. So today we're going to talk about November energy, and it's really during a time that we're coming into where a lot of events are happening. We've got the Pagan New Year on the 31st, and I was actually going to do a channel just on that, but they said, oh, we want to do the energy update. So anyway, needless to say, Pagan New Year is the 31st. There's a lot of energy around that from the days of old, and oh, I have so many chills. Oh, but anyway, still to this day, you know, the Pagan New Year is super important and very powerfully energetic. Additionally, we've got a blue moon on the 31st, a full moon, blue moon on the 31st as well, as we enter into the new month. So anyway, there's a lot of energy around this period of time, and they came through with quite a long channel, and some of it is still a little bit of a mystery to me, so maybe I'll get to channel some more information as we go through this and after I kind of have that conversation after I read the channel. So I hope you enjoy this today and take a little bit of something away for your journey as you move forward in this next month of November 2020. So what you're going to notice in this channel is that they continue along the theme of the roller coaster to a point. And I'm going to explain it because it's going to sound, honestly, it's just going to sound a little frightening, but I'll explain it to you and how I understand it and how they've explained it to me. But they do give the metaphor of the roller coaster that we've been using over the last few months. So thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Carolyn. I'm a channel. I'm a distance energy healer and a spiritual awakening mentor. And I offer these channels for your awakening and ascension journey support. Additionally, if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for joining me. Like, share, and subscribe. And if you look below in the description box, what you're going to find is a link that takes you to more free content. You'll get an email per week that is a channel for the upcoming week from the Light Keepers. So I hope you enjoy that and join me. Anyway, so we're going to get started on this today. I'm going to read this. It's pretty lengthy. Like I said, get your coffee, get your drink of choice, and join me. All right, here we go. Center yourself in your way. Know that this is the day of times to come and more to find. Energetic vortex you're in as a collective. Yes, it is true. Swirling around your head is spinning too. But as you sit and look outside to the inside, you'll see it is not this way, for it is more stable than you know. This is a great change and shift for you and the collective in your way. For the swirl and the twist is the 3D way. But you are outside looking in, it is true. You have shifted even more in the last weeks, we say. For the fall of our times, the equinox, we say, has brought in a new energy, as you have seen in your day. So much is changing and shifting fast. New intuitive knowings and experiences are coming your way too. The veil is thinning even further, we say. For this is the time as we move into the new days where a lighter grace it is. You know more and you can pull on it. You see things differently, not the way you used to in time. You are separated out further, we say, looking from the outside on the inside today. The swirl and the chaos all around you too is growing greater, but you feel more separate from it and even calmer in your way, we find. For you have created your own way of living in time. You see that you can manifest it outside of what is happening in the rest of the collective. For you have changed your ways and shifted in your habits. No more of the humankind, yet you feel it and you know how to extract yourself now. For in these coming days, the remaining will slip away faster than you know, bringing in a new energy for the new year too. However, at this time, the energies of this month will continue to unwind. Great chaos across the world wide too. So many changes and shifts, shocking acknowledgments, and new plans, we say. Things that you would never have thought of coming out from mouths of others today. Understand this is the unraveling too that will grow faster in your way. Spinning heads around, for a new day is coming. Institutions start their crumble and others are beginning to be built up. A new day is here for all, and yet at times you look and say, we are only moving further into trepidation where all is falling apart. How can anyone save us now? Oh, but we say to you, right now, this is the breaking down further. For as you move your way across time, further down the roller coaster, you find. And then I start seeing a picture, and I say, okay, so the picture you're giving me, the last time we had the going through the dark tunnel, and now what I'm seeing is the roller coaster, but we're still in the tunnel, but it's straight down, like we're in a tunnel, and it's as though somebody dropped us off from a cliff, but we're not hitting bottom, because that's not what's going to happen. And then I say, but you're showing me like literally if you were in a dark tunnel of a roller coaster, but suddenly it does this complete vertical drop. And that is what is happening with the collective. But I'm not seeing anything else after that. And they say, yes, we say, this is the shock and awe in your day. And then I got super chills. And chills for me are an emphasis on what they just said. And I have chills now. And we'll talk more about that. Okay, so I got chills. And then they said, where all will say, what is happening? For everything is changing now. For this is the time where the veil is thinner. For you see it in your day. But many others only see chaos in their mind and the changes and the shifts. They are wrapped up in the magnitude of all the changes that have come their way. Oh yes, even out of the mouths of babes. And I got super chills, and I said, okay, whatever that means. And then they said, understand the times to come will take others down the drain, but you will not let this happen. For understand the extremes are growing in time. This is the way it is meant to wrap up the year. But you are watching all of this because your mind knows that you manifest what is in your own world. And you know that it is energetically possible when you stay out of the thick. For remember, we have said so many light workers too are dug down deep into conspiracy theory, anger, frustration, the divisiveness of the collective. And we will always remind you of this. But it is not real and true. Do not let yourself slip in and get stuck in the muck and mire this time. For you are stronger. Oh, yes, you are. But know that these weeks to come will mire many in further. And then I say, because I'm getting another picture, okay, so you're showing me that there are many in the collective that are going to be fighting to not get drawn in. It's like a vacuum. You're also showing me quicksand. And they say, step your toe in and get out as we have said, and then stand on the edge and watch in your way. Hold the space further for others. For you are a light worker, and this is your due. Here, oh yes, first of all to save yourself, and then as you grow in light and you see the collective swirling further down in time, know that what you hold on to keeps them all from going into the vortex today. You can do it, and you are, we find. Understand, do not let yourself slip into further ways. Continue to extract yourself from this, and know that you are manifesting the beauty in your own life today. And as you do this, it is not turning a blind eye or sticking your head in the sand like an ostrich. It is true and real that you create your own reality today. So stay with it. You are stronger than you know, for down the spiral many will go. Understand, more is coming your way to be broken down in time. And the building up is continuing. But remember, you will never hear of the new earth today and the beauty of the things that are being created in your way. For that is not what you find in your media. For when you choose to dig yourself down deep, their messages will grab you by the throat and then hold on for dear life, we say. So know that much beauty is being built when you see the chaos growing in your day. We wish you well, and we are here. Call on us, your angels and guides, always in time. For this is the difficult times, as we have warned you. This is where the collective is going today, to create the new light to come. And you are here to hold the divine light within yourself and contribute to the ways we say that are growing in beauty across the collective today. Okay, I want to touch on a few things that they're actually showing me right now with respect to what they're saying in the channel, because some of this is a little confusing, I think, or very metaphoric. So what they're showing, and they've done this before, as you may recall from my past videos, they show us as light workers who are holding up, I think I've told you about the event tent. You know how the big poles that are held up, okay, I've mentioned this before, stanchions, always call us stanchions, but what they're showing now is like we're above the tent and we're just pulling that tent up to keep this all held up. Again, I have so many chills on this isn't even funny. Wow, okay, so anyway, they're also showing me, I've mentioned this before, the energetic grid around the earth. Okay, so they're showing us pulling on the top of a tent just super tight to keep it from collapsing, all right? That's our role. Our role is to stay strong in ourselves and to not get mired in the muck, because our energetic field offers to the rest of the collective as we're spread throughout the world, all right? So as we get mired down into the muck, we lose our light. I mean, we can reclaim it, but you sure can go down into the muck. And like they said, much of the collective is getting swirled down into this vortex that, as they're showing, is even stronger than before. Because here we are in the United States, we have the election on November 3rd. Look at the energetic buildup to this. And then we've got the full moon on the 31st. We have the pagan New Year. It is all just, they just said culminating. Okay, and I have chills. Okay, they just said culminating into the Big Bang. Okay, and not, again, this is a metaphor, the Big Bang. All right. This is the energy coming in. Oh my gosh, for November, and they're talking for the remainder of the year. But there's something. So what they're showing me now is a graph, because they do this with energy lots of times. They'll show me a graph. They're showing peak energy here, like since the fall equinox. Even though the metaphor is the roller coaster, but what they're showing me in the graph with the energies is the fall equinox. We've kind of been building to this point where now they're showing me that we're in this late October, early November timeframe. We reach a peak energetic point, and it's almost like it's, and then, okay, they're kind of showing like particles falling. Wow, I don't know what that means. Okay, it's the energy. Okay, it's the energy coming through for the collective. But anyway, the point in this is we have big events happening. We have a lot of energy happening, and there's going to be a lot of events as a result of these energetic shifts. Now, they also talked about, and I thought this was so interesting, all these shifts and changes, and out of the mouths of others, like shocking news, shocking information, shocking changes. Okay, they just said shocking changes on stances. Oh, they just said more to come. Okay, well, if you all know, this is actually happening now. This happened this week where the Pope made his announcement. So that is, this is what's happening. Okay. So they're talking about, the shocking announcements for the collective. People are opening up into different ways of thinking and blasting apart the old institutions. I mean, what more than the Catholic Church, right? I mean, let's think about that. Wow. I mean, that was huge. But this is interesting because this channel came in this morning. And the first thought I had was, oh, wow, the Pope. But they said there's more to come. There's more to come. And then what I thought was so interesting, and I think this is one to really keep in the back of your mind personally, they said, even out of the mouths of babes. So they said they're wrapped up in the magnitude of all the changes that have come. Oh, this is when they were talking about the chaos and being wrapped up in the magnitude of the changes, meaning the collective. And then they talk about even what will come out of the mouths of babes. So when that came through, and I edited this for reading it for you guys, what they showed me was, and they said, okay, now they're saying it again, listen to the children. Oh my gosh, I have so many chills. Listen to the children. Out of the mouths of babes. Things will be said that you will not understand necessarily. It may be metaphoric or may be very wise in nature for the youth of their age. Listen to the mouths of babes, for they know more than you can imagine in time. Okay, it's like they understand what's coming, and it's going to come out of their mouths. I mean, we know how children speak sometimes, right? Like all of a sudden they just say something, and you're like, whoa, where'd that come from? So that's interesting, and I don't know how that will manifest in your day-to-day. But again, out of the mouths of babes. So, and they very much are showing me children. Very much showing me children. A lot of children. Okay, that's a big deal. I have no idea how that will manifest, but whether it's like a November situation, I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll just wait and see. So, needless to say, this is a time, again, kind of a more emphasis on what we talked about in October, but at the same time, so many are going down in the quicksand of the vortex because the vortex is even stronger. That energy. So while we're in these events, these dates that are coming up, yeah, it's divine energy and divine events, but it's also what we do with it as a collective. Because remember, we manifest, and they talk about that. We manifest our own reality. What do we want to manifest as a collective? Well, hello, guess what's happening? We get pulled down in the vortex of all the news and the media and the election in the United States, and it goes on and on and on and on. And all these shifts and changes, we're going to manifest more of that potentially. But here's the key. Light workers, those of us who get it and who are holding fast the light, we're holding that tent up. And we're going to have to hold tighter, okay? And that doesn't mean actually like work harder. That just means the metaphor of our work that we're doing for ourselves, okay? The continuing clearing, the continuing work, the continuing support of others, the continuing showing unconditional love. It goes on and on. You know what it's like to be a light worker. We understand that. And we understand it in stages as we move forward in our own growth. But again, it's about holding fast that energy and that light for others. As we see all around us, chaos and shock and awe. And they didn't explain what shock and awe is, but you can only imagine there's a lot that could potentially be coming down this pathway here in this next month. A lot of shift and change is what I'm getting. So much shift and change is what we're going to see. And it may be so much that, they just said bombard you. Okay, bombarding the collective, and that's where we're needed even more, all right? So the vertical tunnel, I want to talk about that too, because, oh my gosh, when that came through, I thought, oh great, last month we're going through the dark tunnel, and it was like this, and here was the light workers over the top of it, following the collective, but not getting stuck in the dark tunnel. This time what they're showing is the vertical drop. I mean, oh my gosh, I don't know if there are even roller coasters that exist like this, but needless to say, so all they showed me was we're still in the dark tunnel, but we're doing almost like, okay, now they're showing an elevator shaft. Like all of a sudden the elevator just drops, okay? But the thing is, we don't hit the bottom. They're not showing it. They're not showing anything after doing the vertical drop. Okay, they're talking about that feeling, when you get when you are on a roller coaster and you go down and you kind of lose your stomach. You know what I'm talking about? That's what they're giving me the sense of. Oh, they just said, I almost did that myself. They just said, lose your breath. Lose your breath, but don't hold your breath. Breathe. Oh, breathe through the shifts and changes. Okay. They're also talking about you may feel like a sucker punch kind of effect when some of these changes come. But this is that drop, that vertical drop. And I think this again, it's a metaphor, all right? It doesn't mean we're coming crashing to the ground and the whole earth is going to explode into nothing, right? What this means is we have a lot in the collective that's going down in the coming, did they said weeks? Okay, and months. Particularly through the rest of this year. Oh, I feel so tight through my back and through my solar plexus. This is so interesting. That's our, that's really where our self-power is. Okay, so sucker punch, feeling it there, like maybe you need to take a deep breath, you can't. And the collective's going to feel more of that. You as a light worker are going to understand what this means because you understand energy. You're starting, to one degree or another, starting to understand energy, starting to understand your chakras, how events affect you. And then what you're going to do as these things happen, again, extract yourself, understand what these events are and what they mean, and that they're all supposed to happen so that what occurs is we have the breaking down, as they talked about, of our old ways, and they're coming. And then the building up is happening. But you're never going to hear about the good stuff. You're just not. And they said that, right? So know that you're going to physically likely feel some of this, but then you have the role of coming out of that, all right? You have a lot of practices that can help you out of those times. We're here to hold that light. Don't get stuck in the muck of what is going to go down here in the next month to 2 months. And again, I don't have anything for the new year. I just know that they're showing, or yet, I should say, they're showing a whole different energy. It's very bright, but I don't know what that means. Okay, so that's all I have right now. And my assumption is I'll be doing the New Year energy update, kind of an overarching glimpse of it. So interestingly, I'm actually headed out to Sedona for vacation, a vacation that I canceled like kind of the first week of March, when all of a sudden the next week COVID started. I've rescheduled it. I'm leaving on the 1st and I'll be back on the 12th. I know there's a reason I'm supposed to be there during this time, which is interesting that I picked those dates and didn't even really think about the fact of the energetic situation we're in. So I'm hoping maybe to do a video for you guys while I'm out there. I don't know. We'll see how that works. I've never done that before with my phone. So we'll see what happens while I'm out hiking. Anyway, I hope this is helpful to you going into November and really understanding what this might mean for you. There's a lot of little metaphors in here. I'm not sure what they mean, but they brought through some information today that hopefully will help us all understand this better as we move forward. So thank you so much for joining me today. Check out my services, purplerainhealing.com, if you want to get some channeled messages for yourself and dive down deep into your journey. I offer 3 different kinds of channeled messages. You can see that on my website. I do distance energy healing and powerful messages along with that. And then I do spiritual awakening mentoring, where I work with you regularly or in a single session to help you understand your journey. And they have been so powerful lately. They're really wrapping up in an hour, a lot of information for you to take. So check that out. I would love to work with you. Again, thank you all of you for joining me. And I hope I get a video to you soon while I'm in Sedona. So anyway, thank you so much. And I will see you in the next video.